In 1995, Dwayne Johnson had exactly $7 in his pocket after his football dreams ended. Today, he's worth over $800 million. But here's what most people don't know. Wrestling didn't make him rich. It was everything he built after. Most people see The Rock as a wrestler who became a movie star, but that completely misses the real story. Dwayne Johnson didn't just switch careers. He built a strategic business empire across multiple industries. I'm about to break down exactly how he went from WWE superstar to one of the most successful entrepreneurs in entertainment. This isn't about fame. It's about the calculated moves that turn temporary celebrity into permanent wealth. Let's start with Hollywood, because this is where most people think his money comes from. When The Rock first transitioned to movies in the early 2000s, he faced a huge problem. He was stuck playing the same character over and over, the tough guy, the action hero. Films like The Scorpion King and The Rundown were modest successes, but Hollywood was typecasting him. Here's where his strategy kicked in. Instead of chasing bigger action roles, he deliberately took roles that seemed beneath him. He did comedies like The Game Plan, family films like Tooth Fairy, where he literally wore a tutu. Critics laughed, but The Rock was playing the long game. This wasn't random. It was strategic brand expansion. He was proving he could do comedy, family films, and action. He was making himself castable in any genre, which meant he'd never run out of work. Then came the franchises. Fast 5 in 2011 was his breakthrough. The film made $626 million worldwide, nearly double what the previous installment made at $319 million. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, made $962 million globally. Moana made $643 million. The Rock's name on a poster became a box office guarantee. But here's what separates him from other actors. He doesn't just take a paycheck and leave. Today, Dwayne Johnson earns between $20 to $50 million per film with backend deals, meaning he gets a percentage of the profits on top of his upfront fee. He demands producer credits, giving him creative control and additional income. And in some cases, he negotiates equity stakes in the projects themselves. For Red One on Amazon, he reportedly earned over $50 million, combining his acting fee and producer role. When you see The Rock in a movie, he's not just an employee, he's a partner. That's how you build wealth in Hollywood. But acting alone doesn't get you to $800 million. That's where $7 Productions comes in. The Rock founded this production company in 2012 with his ex-wife and business partner, Danny Garcia. The name comes from that $7 in his pocket, a constant reminder of where he started. $7 produces films and TV shows, but here's the genius. The Rock stars in many of them while also owning the content. Shows like Ballers on HBO, Young Rock on NBC, films like Red Notice and Jungle Cruise. Think about what this means financially. On a typical project, he earns money as the actor, as the producer, and as the owner of the production company. That's 3 separate revenue streams from one project. Most actors get one paycheck. The Rock gets 3. But it goes deeper. By owning his content, he controls the intellectual property. He decides on sequels, spin-offs, merchandise, and licensing deals. While other actors move from job to job, The Rock builds assets that generate income for years. This is vertical integration, controlling multiple parts of the supply chain. $7 has produced dozens of projects, generating multi-hundred million dollar impact across the entertainment industry. And this is a cornerstone of his empire. Now let's talk about brand deals, because The Rock has mastered this game. In 2016, he partnered with Under Armour to launch Project Rock, a fitness apparel and footwear line. This wasn't just a typical endorsement. The Rock co-designed products, promoted them to his massive audience, and took a stake in the profits. Project Rock has generated hundreds of millions in retail sales, with The Rock's estimated annual earnings from the partnership ranging between $10 to $25 million. Under Armour credits the line with helping revitalize their brand during a challenging period. He's also had major partnerships with Ford, Apple, and tech startups. Each deal is carefully selected to match his brand. But here's the key advantage: his social media presence. The Rock has over 400 million combined followers across platforms. That's more reach than most television networks. When he posts about a product, millions see it instantly. Advertisers pay between $1 to $2 million for a single sponsored Instagram post from him. He's essentially his own media company, and brands pay premium rates to access his audience. Industry estimates suggest he earns $10 to $20 million annually just from endorsements. This isn't just influence, it's a monetizable business asset worth hundreds of millions. In March 2020, The Rock launched Teremana Tequila. The timing seemed terrible with the pandemic hitting, but what happened next was remarkable. In its first year, Teremana sold over 600,000 cases, making it one of the most successful spirit brand launches in history. By 2023, annual sales had grown to over 3 million cases. To put that in perspective, most celebrity alcohol brands sell maybe 50,000 to 100,000 cases in their first year. Teremana dominated from day one. The secret? First, authenticity. The Rock spent years developing the recipe. Second, smart pricing at $30 to $40 per bottle. Third, his marketing machine through social media. Industry experts estimate Teremana's total brand value between $500 million to $1 billion, with The Rock owning a significant stake in the company. This single venture has become one of his most valuable business assets outside of entertainment. But he didn't stop there. In 2020, he purchased the XFL Football League with partners for $15 million. The league relaunched in 2023 with broadcasting deals on ESPN and ABC. He co-founded Zoa Energy in 2021, now available in over 80,000 retail locations. He's invested in real estate across multiple states and exploring opportunities in tech and wellness. The pattern is clear. The Rock builds and owns businesses across multiple industries, following the same playbook. Identify opportunities, leverage his audience, and maintain significant ownership. So what's the strategy that ties all of this together? First, personal brand as foundation. The Rock shares his 4 a.m. workouts, talks openly about his depression struggles, and engages with fans constantly. That authenticity makes people trust him, and trust converts to business value. Second, diversification. He's not dependent on any single income source. If movies slow down, he has tequila. If endorsements drop, he has production income. This protects and grows his wealth simultaneously. Third, ownership over salary. The Rock consistently chooses equity stakes over guaranteed paychecks. He'd rather own 20% of something worth $500 million than take $10 million up front. This is how wealth compounds. Fourth, vertical integration. By controlling production, distribution, and promotion, he captures value at every stage. Fifth, leverage. His 400 million followers give him negotiating power that commands premium rates and ownership stakes other celebrities can't get. And finally, long-term thinking. Every move builds assets that will generate income for decades. He's not building a career, he's building generational wealth. So there you have it, how The Rock built an $800 million empire. Wrestling gave him fame, but entrepreneurship gave him wealth. Strategic business moves, ownership stakes, and leveraging his personal brand across multiple industries. That's the formula. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on wealth building and business strategy. Drop a comment. Which business move impressed you most? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.